Hey guys, the Fatal Moon Circus here, bringing you another deck troll file. This will be featuring my Dauntless the Great deck, aka Dauntless Dry Dragon and Dragonic Overlord the Great. Reason why I'm doing this is, I would say a lot of people were seem to criticize that this deck is not that great. No pun intended. But uh, I honestly think it works out a lot better than people make it out to be, and I'll probably tell you why in just a bit as I'm doing the showing all the cards in this deck. So yeah, the start Vanguard is Lizard Soldier Fargo. He is he is your starter that when you soul charge, you give your Overlord Vanguard the skill. If you hit, if the attack hits, you retire another retire a rear guard. So it's pretty much if you attack a rear guard, and they let it hit, you're taking out two rear guards for one attack. So it's really good. And then if you and it's Overlord, so you restand and you get the chance to retire more rear guards just just like that. So yeah. Um, and there's our other starters, but I probably wouldn't run them because the position starters are um one of the position starters is actually this exact same does the exact same thing as this, except it only happens when you perform Legion, and it's not full Legion deck, so yeah. So this i- this is a little bit less restrictive of when you can do it. So that's that's all I gotta say about him. Trigger lineup is standard 8 crit, 4 heals and 4 draws. For draw triggers, you probably want to go with Gatling Claw or that steel uh the Steel Dragon Artipic or something. Was that's his name? Which is he's the soul charge and give unit 3000. But yeah, the triggers don't really matter if they're perdition or not because none of the counterblast is actually perdition, a special counterblast. So yeah. Okay, next up, grade ones. Oh, got this mixed up a bit. I run 4 Steel Dragon Sprite. How do you pronounce this? Molkilber. Uh, he is the Limber Break 4 enabler for Kagero. I'm running 4 just for consistency, and this is 7K booster, so it's not bad. And so it's for just solely for Dauntless Drive's break ride skill for restanding. So yeah. All right, next up, the Sentinels. I have 1 perfect guard and 3 quintet walls actually, because this deck is not actually that counterblast heavy, so you can afford to actually run at least 2 or 3 in this deck. So yeah, and PD is just for that. I guess that the situation where the attack gets so big that even quintet wall won't do. So yeah, and you can either use it to ditch a quintet wall either way if you run out of counterblasts, if that's the case. So yeah. And then next up, will be 3 Calamity Tower Wyvern or Wyvern, however you want to pronounce it. He is the when it's placed on rear guard, you Soul Blast 2 and draw a card. So it helps with the hand power for Dauntless Break Ride skill. But it's just a good card in general. So yeah, since Soul Blast ends up the drop zone, so you get Legion up early on as well. So yeah, really good. And last up, this card is actually just a fill-in for now, but he is. I run 3 embodiment of perdition, Majid. What he does is when this is placed on Vanguard or rear guard circle, if your opponent does not have any rear guards in the same column as this, you get to pay the cost of 1 soul. You soul blast 1 and choose 1 unit and gets 4000. So yeah, not bad. Other alternatives to this unit will probably most likely be Gojo. It's just because his rest and ditch draw is actually really good for in the Legion format. It's a bit, like just to put cards in drop zone. So yeah. Also, another alternative would probably be Seal Dragon Cursey, which is almost the same thing, except it's just a one-time thing. It's almost like just a one-time gojo, pretty much. If your opponent is a grade 2, you ditch draw. Yeah, have a grade 2 unit out. So yeah, that's how much. All right, next up, grade 2 lineup. I run the most important card, Precision Dragon Dragonic Neoflame. He is a Legion made for the Great, and he's a Legionnaire. Spoiler for what's coming up. But yeah. But anyways, what he does is when you place this on the rear guard, this gains the ability of when your your opponent's rear guard in the same column as this is put in a drop zone, you get to retire another unit in the same column. So that is really good. Another like 2 for 1. I get was it 2 for 1 kind of thing? Pretty much. Yeah. Let's just leave it as that. Oh, flip it the wrong way. So basically, this you could he could pull off his own skill by just attacking the rear guard in front of him. So if it's a 9K rear guard or something like that. So yeah, a lot of on pressure already for what it does. And next, I run 3 Bellicosity Dragons. Now he is the on hit damage unflipper. Um, this is it's okay for this deck. So she actually um this pretty much makes your the greats restand ability cost free if this attack hits. So it's pretty good. It, and that's pretty much it for this guy. But anyways, next up would be Precision Dragon Menace Laser Dragon. 2 of them, because I didn't pull too many from Sneak Peek, and also he only works for a Perdition Vanguard, so yeah, I don't want to run too many of him since I'm running Dauntless as well in this deck. So yeah. But anyways, what he does is when he plays on rear guard, if you're a Perdition Vanguard, you yeah, counterblast 1 and retire a unit in the same column as this unit. So yeah, it's really cost efficient retire. So yeah, really good. I would like to think this is actually better than Neoflame by just a small small margin, just due to the fact that this is a guaranteed retire. While Neoflame, you had to like be able to kill that rear guard in that column somehow. So yeah. And next up, it will be I run 2 Partition Dragon Whirlwind Dragon. He is a 12K beater for Partition Dragons, and also he is a Legion mate for Dragon Noob. Although I do not run him in this decks, but yeah, he actually helps you also uh, help out with Neoflame skills if he hits good enough good enough numbers. Just have a 7K booster behind it, and it'll be hitting for 19 as long as you have a Precision Vanguard, or pretty much if you had the great as the Vanguard, pretty much in this deck. So you hit 19 to the rear that is in front of Neoflame for 19, and they'll have to use at least 2 cards to guard it. So they'll probably most of the time just let it go and then let Neoflame's skill happen. So yeah. Then the grade 3 lineup for Dauntless Drive Dragon. This one's SB, by the way. not not too many people care, but it looks pretty. Just for people who want to see it. But yeah, he's the break ride for cargo. If you break ride, and if you at the end of the battle you act, you discard 3 and you restand this. Also, you can't restand this ability if everybody has a stood during the turn. So yeah, so you will probably have to attack the Vanguard. Use Dauntless skill first before the Great skill, which is why people will find it what people are criticizing about Dauntless the Great. But where people would just probably double intercept for the Dauntless for the break right skill. But hey, he's still taking out the rear guard, or they're killing their own rear guard just so you won't be able to use the great skill. which could be used like anytime, either way. So, like your opponent has to eventually pay out rear guards for. So it's just like more of a like short. How what's the word for it? A short-sighted answer for like to countering the great, but you still had to deal with another. You still had to deal with the great restand in either way, or just a restanding Vanguard in general. So yeah, and then next up would be of course the main boss of this deck, Partition Emperor Dragon, Dragonic Overlord. They're great. So yeah, here is the SP one. Yeah, you see the gold borders, and oh, that's Legion Rare. Sorry, and this one is the SP. It's hard to see, but it's to the yeah. But anyways, he legions up with Neo Flame here. Yeah, Neo Flame. Oh, wrong side, but yeah, legions up with Neo Flame, and anyways, let's get on to his skills. Of course, when you his first skill, actual skill is when you attack a rear at the sorry after you attack a rear guard at the end of battle you attack a rear guard I should say you get to pay the cost of one counterblast and discard two, and you resend this. So yeah, so it's really good. So your opponent most likely will just lose a card just because of that skill, and you will you're guaranteed to always have two cards in your hand after the drive check. So it's more than guaranteed that you'll get the skill off if they have rear guard. So, anyways, second skill. See, when this attack hits, you choose one of your rear guards that has the same name of in the Vanguard circle. So if you had Neo Flame or the Great as a rear guard, you get to retire that, and you get to retire one of your opponent's rear guard for that cost. So yeah, you're a lot of field control as you would expect from Kaguro. So yeah. But anyways, as I said before, when you break by Dauntless over, or I should say the Great over your Dauntless, you Legion, you pretty much you have to attack the Vanguard first. So because you won't be able to activate the Great skill if you attack the rear guard first, since Dauntless you had to activate in the first battle. So because you won't be able to restand them and such, all that good stuff as I mentioned before. So you attack the Vanguard first, like, and then if they just decide not to intercept, or even if they have a grade 3 out, you'll definitely be able to pull off a three stand. Let's see, able to do two stands a turn. So yeah, a grade 3 or grade 1 up in the front row, I should say. But yeah, so yeah, you discard 3 after the for Dauntless skill first, then restand, attack the rear guard, and then you get to restand again and attack the Vanguard for that last attack. So, and also you're running Fargo as a starter, so that's a lot of on-hit pressure already to pretty much blow up your whole opponent's field. On top of Neo Flame, the great skill, and all that good stuff. So you just can imagine how much pressure it really is, because your opponent will probably be losing like a lot of cards either way if they do guard or not guard it. If they don't guard it, they're taking a lot of damage and losing field. If they do guard it, they lose a lot of hand power. And if you decide to double intercept, you still deal with another standing Vanguard anyways. So you can see how this, uh, how I think this deck works out a lot better than what most people think of how it works out. So yeah. So yeah, that's it about this deck profile. So yeah, this family circus here. Troll you guys next time.